Hi, today I'm going to show you a new game from Pragmatic Play. In fact, it's not a new game. When you see it, you'll realize that it's actually a remodel of an existing game, Boom City. They've renamed it to Dice City and simplified the gameplay. So it's essentially the same studio, same board, same mechanic, but there's some changes on the icons on the main board and how the game generally plays. So let's just fire up the game and get into it. Right, we just joined the game at a point where there's the lucky drop bonus round. You basically pick one of the dice numbers, and then if one of the dice stops on your number, you jump up one ladder and get the multipliers that's in that column. So you can see number 5, it got the 10x, and number 2 also got the 10x. Now, there are 3 rolls of the dice, so you're never ever going to get up to the top level. So number 4 has got a 10x, and number 3 has got also a 10x. You start off with a 5x, so if your dice doesn't even appear, then at least you're going to get a 5x payout.
6 and 3, all right.
So number 6 gets 10x, and actually number 3 gets the 20x. Now the 20x isn't added to the 10x, you just get the 20x. And once the 3 dice rolls are over, that's the bonus round finished. Okay, but we'll come back to that and I'll show you another version of that bonus round later on. So the way I've done this review is I've pre-recorded for about an hour, just so I can get an example of each of the bonus rounds. So I'll explain to you how to play the game, what sort of strategy I use for betting on this, and then I'll just play you each of the bonus rounds at the end. So at least you get to see the whole game within a small period of time. Okay, so as you can see, it's a 6x6 grid. And on that grid are the numbers 1, 2, 5, and 3 bonus rounds. The Dice Battle, Lucky Drop, and Boom or Bust. Now, the bonus rounds are triggered whenever there is a pair rolled. So a pair of 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5, and 6. And as you can see on the board, on the left-hand side, you've got the blue dice. And on the along the top, you've got the red dice. And where the 2 numbers intersect, that is the prize that you win. Simple as that. So you can see here, double 3 was thrown, and we're into the dice battle. So 2 multipliers are provided, a higher multiplier and a lower multiplier. Then you pick one of the dice, and whichever dice rolls the highest number, you win the higher multiplier. So if you picked the blue dice, in this instance is a 3, so you're only going to get the 2x payout. It was the 5 for the red dice gets the 7x payout. And that's only one roll in this game, and that's it. If a double is rolled, then they just roll the dice again, so there is a clear winner. Right, so let's go back. So we're actually seeing 2 bonus rounds, which is pretty good, because if you can see along the bottom of the screen, the previous results, you can see that actually there hasn't been any bonus rounds for quite a long period of time, probably about 25, I would just say it was 20 odd rolls. Right, so left side is the blue dice, along the top is the red dice, and where they intersect, we've got another dice battle here, but this time with a 2 times multiplier. So before each game starts, there is a random multiplier that can be applied to any one of the bet spots. So 2x has been applied here, and you're seeing that applied to the multipliers. So 30x, the high one, 4x for the lower one. And if we were playing this, if I shut up and place some bets, we could have seen where we could get that 30x. So the blue one, because it got 3, and now everyone that chose blue will get the 30x payout. Right, I'm going to shut up for a second, just place some bets. So the way I bet on this game is I bet... too many. I bet on each of the bonus rounds, because that's why you're playing this game, and I bet a higher value on number 1, because that's got the most squares on the board. And in this game round, the dice battle's got 2x multiplier. So you go up the left for 4, and then across for 2, and you can see that the winning square is a 2. So we've lost that game round. Right, I'm going to play there. So the idea is never bet more than you can win in a single roll. So I'm betting 8, and the most I can win is number 1, so that would be 10, so I'd make a €2 profit. Boom or bust has now got a 2x. You only get the boom or bust for a double 6, as you can see here. 6, 6. A 6 and a 3 gives us number 1, so we've got a nice little payout. And so I've got autoplay going. I've shown you the basic statistics across the bottom of the screen. There are more detailed statistics in the tab here, where you can see the recent charts and the most recent game rounds, and then you can have a look more specifically at the bonus rounds and see what the bonus rounds and what they paid. So that's a more important feature. If you were a player of Boom City, then you would have got used to the power-ups. They don't exist on the board anymore. And if you were wondering, the board is static. So the layout of the board doesn't change at all. It is constant throughout the game. So you very quickly get to recognize how the game plays and what the likely outcomes will be from the roll of the dice. So 6 up the left side, so the bottom one and the first column is number 1. So we get another winner. So as you can see, we're winning. We're placing an €8 bet, but we're winning 10, so we're in profit. So number 1 is obviously going to be the most frequent winner because there's 15 of those squares. 10 for number 2, 5 for number 5, and then you've got 3 for the dice battle, 2 for the lucky drop, and 1 for the boom or bust. Probability of getting a double is the same whether it's a double 1 or a double 6 in this game, but put the lower double, so double 1, 2, and 3 for dice battle, double 4 and 5 for a lucky drop, and then double 6 for boom or bust. So what does that do to the RTP? Well, let's just have a quick look to see this dice roll. 1 and 4. So number 2, so we've got the last. Right, so let's have a look at the return to player of this game. So the average is 96.57. So this is fairly in line with most entertainment games. Pretty poor in my opinion for a live game. It's fairly consistent across all of the bet spots. Yeah, it plays more like a slot, to be honest with you. And the payouts, we'll just have a quick look at the payouts, which are here somewhere. Bets and payouts. So with the multiplier, number 1 can pay out up to 10x. So the random multiplier that hits, well, here we are. So we're in the lucky drop. So again, we just pick a dice number. I'm going for number 4 for no other reason than it's number 4. So we get 3 rolls of the dice. Actually, I don't know. If we got a double 4, would it do 2? So we'll see now with the double 6. So in theory, the 20x should drop down. Yeah, so what I said to you earlier about the top level never coming into it, it comes into it if you get a double on your number. So you can scrap that from what I told you. Okay, so at least we've got a winner with number 4. If you'd chosen number 6, you'd be pretty happy because you're now up to 50x. And we've got 10x on number 4. One more roll. Be quite nice to get a double 4, wouldn't it? Sod everyone else, I don't care about them. Number 4 is the interesting one. Wow. Number 6, 120x. So that was pretty good. So you could see coming into this game with a multiplier and getting some double rolls can really increase the multiplier. So we got €11 back on that. So yeah, as I was saying, the payouts. So the random multiplier is 2x to 10x. So the payouts for number 1 go up to 10x with the multiplier, 20, 50, up to 1,000 on the dice battle, 5,000 on the lucky drop, and the 10,000 on the boom or bust. So we haven't seen boom or bust yet. We might see it before I stop talking. Otherwise, I've just got to splice it in. So we'll get rid of the game help. Auto plays, that makes life a lot easier in playing this game. And there's not really much to tell you. They've made some slight changes to the studio, but not much. So it looks like Boom City, but it's now called Dice City. I don't quite know why they did that. They could have kept it Boom City and just removed the power-ups and, you know, changed the board slightly, but the bonus rounds are all the same. There's no change there. I guess it's a branding thing because perhaps Boom City wasn't that popular, and perhaps they're trying to improve. Let's go red. Improve the uptake of Dice City, effectively creating a new game. I think like casino players are a bit more savvy than that. So double 6, so we get to roll again. So regardless whether it's a 6 or not, we still roll again. We've gone red, so we want the red dice to be higher than the blue dice, which didn't happen. So we've ended up with 3x. So as excitement goes, the game sort of becomes interesting. I'm not going to say exciting, interesting when you're in the bonus rounds and you're getting doubles, because that then releases more potential with the payouts. If you're not getting doubles, then it's not going to happen. And obviously with the multiplier, excuse me, going into the initial game, that also helps boost payouts. So the one bonus round we haven't seen is Boom or Bust. So I'm going to now splice in that game and let you see it play out. So let's see this next bonus round. So obviously it's going to be Boom or Bust. So we're going to need to roll a double 6. As if by magic happens, you'll also spot that the dealer has changed too. So we've gone from a male to a female dealer. Nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Okay, so in this game you pick either red or blue. And that will be the dice that you use for the game. And basically you got to work your way up each level. So if you hit something that's got a multiplier on it, then that is your prize. If you hit a green arrow, then you go up a level until you reach a multiplier. So you get 3 rolls of the dice. We've both got 1. So actually we both won 7x. And that and that is the round. So unfortunately, just on the first roll, we both got 7x. But if the other dice had been, let's say, a 6, then we would have moved up a level and the game would have continued. So you've got to have lots of green arrows to be able to jump up the board and get the decent multipliers. Right, so in summary, Dice City, cut down version of Boom City without the power up, multiplier feature. The multipliers now come from a top slot multiplier that's randomly generated once every few rounds, so it doesn't happen every round. And then one of the bet spots will get a multiplier between 2x and 10x. The game is available now at all Pragmatic Play Live casinos. It's worth giving it a try, see what you think. I think it's a bit of a slow game. Hasn't made me tremendously excited, to be perfectly honest with you. But I was getting more interested in the game when I was in bonus rounds and the doubles were flowing and we were skipping up a bit. So I could certainly see the potential there, but I think it's going to be a game that is not going to pay very big payouts very often. You're going to get lots of small wins and the occasional big win. How you bet is important, so don't bet more than you can win on a single dice roll. I tend to use a strategy where I cover the most popular square, which is number 1, and then bet on each of the bonus rounds. Right, well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give us a like. If you played it or you're going to play it, leave a comment under the video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel before, please do, because you can see more of these videos and just general industry news as and when it comes out, and I think it's interesting enough to tell you about. So until the next video, I shall see you soon. Cheers. Bye.